talk about the Isle of Iberia and our recent visit to Iberia. What are some things you want to ask me about, Logan?
Well, I mean, first impressions, like we put in our GPS and we drove there and made it to an intersection, and that's where the GPS said we were supposed to go.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't located there.
It definitely was not there. That was a gas station. It turns out it was about, I don't know,
Tenth of a
mile down the road. As soon as we came around the
hidden.
corner or came past a tree line, we saw it and knew immediately that that was what it was.
Yeah.
Check-in. Talk about check-in.
Check-in was very easy. They had an entire folder prepared for me the minute I walked in the door with my name on it. So all I had to do was tell them who we were. They explained all the processes as far as coming in and out of the gate, the code that we would use, the passes for the pool use, and, you know, that we needed to wear the bracelets.
Oh yeah, the wristbands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was explained, and what, you know, any questions we had were answered in the materials that we had in our folder.
Oh right, yeah, because it had all the rules, had all the times, the Wi-Fi password, everything we needed to know. Okay, cool. So we got to our spot. It was easy to do. Everything's very well marked. So we found the road that we were supposed to go to, and then our spot was clearly marked. We pulled in. It was nice and wide and long too. I mean, we're from tongue to bumper. We're 33 feet long, and there was enough room once we were unhooked to pull a truck forward a good 4 or 5 feet from the camper. And the hookups were all in a great spot. I didn't have to, you know, rig up a bunch of hoses or have an extension cord or anything like that. Everything was well located just behind the rear axle. Oh yeah, so when we got there, every campsite has a fire ring.
That was really nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. I wish we would have had a bunch of firewood to bring with us. That would have made, you know, a good night for s'mores, even though it was about, I don't know, 110 degrees out or some craziness like that. It was hot. Willie Mac would always eat s'mores, guaranteed. But the fire ring was cool, so I was able to, you know, get my charcoal going in there immediately upon arrival. I just put it in the chimney and then set it inside the fire ring to let it go so that we could do our foil packs, but that's another movie. We'll get to that. Oh, it seemed like the majority of the sites were all pull-throughs, but you did the booking.
Yeah, the majority of the sites are pull-throughs. There are some back-ends, and then there are also some premium sites, which are very close to the lazy river and the pool area, which is where you're going to spend your time. So that they all face that area, and it's a much shorter walk. I wouldn't say we had a long walk, though. I mean, it was fine where we were.
Yeah, no, we were fine. We were, 3-4 rows from the pool?
But for like $10 more a day, you get to, your camper faces the pool area, and, you know, it's just a short little walk.
Okay. I immediately noticed that there was a security guard in a golf cart riding around. So definitely, you know, it's a gated area. You have to have a code to get in, and then you have a roving security guard. That's a peace of mind right there.
Yeah, and I think it was like 177 site complex. So I mean, it was pretty good size complex, but I mean, everybody was very friendly. Workers.
Oh yeah, everybody was extremely friendly.
And the other patrons, everyone.
Yeah, the people that were like running the bar and stuff, they were very friendly.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a gas station just outside the gates, maybe 1/10 of a mile. So if you need fuel or you need anything, you can go there. Or if you need, you know, more stuff, there's a super Walmart that's like 10 minutes up the road. And we'll get to that in just a minute as to why we found out where the super Walmart was. Pool. Let's talk about the pool.
Very nice, very clean. There was no trash laying around. It was well kept. The water was crystal clear.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you could see clear through that water. It had a nice green or bluish color to it where it was just crystal clear. You could see the bottom. It wasn't foggy. It didn't look like, you know, they had to put a bunch of chlorine in there to shock it. It was just well maintained. And
they also had a splash pad for ages 6 and under. They had a swim up bar, and they had an adults only small area of the pool next to that swim up bar. And then you also had a lazy river.
Concessions.
Average price, I mean, I thought food was good. Will had chicken fingers at one point and a cheeseburger at another point. So I tasted both. They were good.
Okay. Oh, they had snowballs as well.
Everywhere in Louisiana has snowballs.
If you haven't been to Louisiana before,
It's the official snack of the state.
I'm pretty certain that snow cones or snowballs or whatever they call them,
they're everywhere. That and Popeye's chicken.
They had chocolate flavor snowballs.
They had beer flavored.
Beer flavored, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's talk. Talking about beer. Let's talk about the bar. All of the rum was sourced locally. I didn't see Captain Morgan or anything like that on the bar. It was all Bayou rum, which is distilled just up the road in.
Well, it's between Lafayette and
Lake Charles. Yep, on I-10.
And you can tour that distillery. I mean, I would say it's probably 30 to 45 minutes from the campsite if you wanted to go tour that.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't far at all. Another thing that was really nice is, if you're getting a mixed drink and it's 90, 95 degrees outside and they hand it to you in a plastic cup that's full of ice, it's not going to last long. If you have a Yeti or one of the other versions of a Yeti, you just hand it to them and they'll make your drink in that cup and then give it back to you, which is awesome because then, it stays cool. You don't have to worry about it melting. It doesn't spill as easily. Also, part of the rules are they don't have any rule against taking your beverage in the pool. So you can go get on the lazy river and ride the lazy river with a beer or a mixed drink or something like that.
Yes.
And that brings us to bar prices. We were there all day. I mean,
we were there for 8 hours.
Yeah, 8 hours. And our tab was $65.
And we like to kind of graze, so we have a drink in our hand at all times.
Pretty much.
Yeah, just kind of sipping our way through the day.
Yeah, it was definitely reasonably priced, friendly staff. The bartenders were great. You didn't have to wait. Even when it was busy, when they had a live band, you were still able to get up in there and get a drink. I mean, they had to have been 6 bartenders up in there running around.
That was a huge bar area, too.
It was. You could probably sit 30 people at it. Plus, you got the pool part of it. Okay, so Lazy River. We touched on that a little bit. How many laps did we do?
About 250.
Probably 250 laps. And the reason why we knew where the Walmart was because you have to bring your own float. So we plugged it into the GPS and ran out to Walmart and picked up some floats. Things were pretty nice. They had cup holders in them, so that definitely made life comfortable.
And you know what we did not have to worry about? A lot of floats floating in the lazy river that were not being used because you brought your own, and therefore people took theirs in and out with them, and that was very nice.
Yep, absolutely. And we paid, I don't know, about $10 a piece for them.
Yeah.
They work great. So that's Isle of Iberia.
We loved it.
Definitely had a good time, and we'll be going back.
Oh yeah.
Maybe for a holiday or something down the road, and we'll just spend a weekend there. It was great. It was a fantastic place, super clean. So if you find yourself on I-10 riding through Louisiana, or you're in Louisiana,
looking for a great place. And you know what else we forgot to mention is that it's owned by the parish Parks and Rec.
Yeah, it's not a privately owned RV park.
But they did give me a, I think I got to use my Good Sam discount there.
Yeah, they're a Good Sam park.
Yeah, so.
So definitely a place to put on your list of places to go.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
See y'all next time.